I met Sam and Brian at Pixelworks. So there's just three of us, and we rented a little office downtown.
I think it's been repeatedly voted the ugliest building in Portland.
They were in a basement underground, and I asked, well, do you have issues with water coming in and getting into the servers? And he says, oh, it only leaks when it rains.
We were going to build a company. We knew it was going to be technology, probably was going to do something around video.
So the start of Elemental was not an auspicious debut.
If you're doing it for the first time, you don't even know what the questions are.
Did not have a clue how to build, market, or raise capital for a company.
He said he wanted to raise $7 million for a startup that would make chips. And we thought that all sounded great, except for the semiconductor part.
The reason we're not going to fund this is custom silicon is getting to be less and less relevant.
Essentially made every mistake in the book.
Other larger venture funds also rejected the opportunity.
And they all essentially said, no, that's a bad idea.
Honestly, I thought that would be the last that we would see of Sam. Fortunately, a few months later, Sam and Jesse and Brian came back, and they said they had figured out an ingenious way to do what they wanted to do in an all-software approach.
Moving to a software company, I was by far the worst software developer of the three of us, and so Brian and Jesse asked if I would consider being the CEO.
And we decided to invest in a small seed round along with a few other investors.
Pretty much the beginning of Elemental.
So I essentially wake up today exactly the same as I woke up back then, which was like, got a lot to prove on multiple fronts today. Let's go after it.
Anyone who can be that excited about technology, I kind of want to see what it's about.
I think he's really motivating. He's got a lot of energy.
Sam's energy is relentless.
He's willing to dress up in tights to present to investors.
You're going to inevitably see him wear some goofy shirt.
He views the people that work at this company as his boss. He will do things for them to help make their jobs easier.
It's not about you, it's not the ego.
He'll never say it was his success. It's always the team.
It's always comes back to the people that are there with you working hard every day.
All the employees across the organization recognize that they are accountable and responsible for our success at the same level that I am.
He's done a terrific job of delegating to finding good people and trusting them.
You need to kind of draw the path of what your job is.
He trusts his team so implicitly.
Making sure that everyone is kind of motivated, sharing the same vision.
He's been able to attract really talented people from all over the world.
Every full-time Elemental gets not just health insurance, but the best type of health insurance.
Do mindfulness activities.
Our transit expenses paid for.
There's gaming nights.
Elemental pays for food in our kitchen.
They have really good snacks there and drinks.
Of ultimate pickup games.
We have a Zumba class every month.
Elemental sponsors things like the Hood to Coast relay.
Things like that speak to the whole person, not just the brains.
The benefits and perks are wonderful. If those all went away tomorrow, I'd still be happy to show up.
The media companies that we've been able to be public about are amazing companies.
Disney,
ESPN and HBO and the BBC.
Comcast is a big, important customer.
With the World Cup, we streamed all the games.
If you look at businesses in our space over the past 4 years, there's none of them that are growing at the rate that Elemental is.
I think Sam puts a lot of thought into the long term, but I think the things that motivate him are more on an altruistic level.
The company's important, but it's really, there's other motivations for him.
Well, Sam's from Oregon. He has deep roots here.
Sam loves Portland and he loves Oregon deeply.
Pretty big fan of Portland.
How does Elemental as a business support the livability of Portland?
What Elemental, Sam, and the team has done is quintessentially Portland.
It's about at least once a week that I think we have a volunteer event.
People can take a work day and they can go volunteer.
We do stuff with food banks, we do beach cleanup.
We're trying to set an example of a good tech company. And
my hope and aspiration is that there will be a marquee technology company in Portland.
I think Sam is motivated to build a world-class company in Portland, in Oregon.
I think he really wants to make a successful company for Portland.
You're going to see us continue to do community investment, continue to be community ambassadors, and continue to weigh in where we think Elemental's voice is relevant.
In my 25 years or so of work experience, he is the single best person I've ever worked with. Not the single best boss, but the single best person. I don't know if that's going to make the cut.